Joe, how does it feel in terms of you've been here and people regard the Steelers acquiring you as like turning around on defense? So how does it feel to see some of that stuff starting to bear fruit now in terms of you being here?
I'm very happy that they think that highly of me, and at the same time, we just got a group of guys with Terrell, Steve Nelson, and in addition to Minka. This is one of the best secondaries I've ever been a part of because we got communication. We got guys that are very smart, football smart, and are very capable of making plays. So I feel like I'm holding my side down, but everybody else is doing their thing in the back end.
Can you think of a better script than to intercept a pass against your former team in such a meaningful game for your current team?
No, I honestly couldn't. Very excited about it. Anytime you can get an interception to close the game out. Last week I dropped 2 of them to close the game. So, I was working on the jugs and making sure if the ball came to me, I was going to be able to catch it. So it feels good.
Can you walk us through that play and what you just remember seeing?
We was in the cover 3. Jarvis Landry was running the seam route, and Baker kind of threw it a little high and behind him. So I just went down, tried to get it before it touched the ground.
Joe, when you guys were 0-3, were you thinking it's okay by December we'll be 7-5?
Yeah. Sorry, but it was a little tough. We know that we were in a tough position. Just losing Ben, having a lot of just injuries. But at the same time, the defense we knew what we were capable of trying to keep offenses down, playing complementary football. We have really good special teams. So just everybody working together, and it's coming to fruition.
Joe, does it, as a competitor, as someone who spent so much time in Cleveland, does it feel a little extra sweeter the way that game ended to kind of pretty much end their playoff hopes?
Oh man, I'm just excited. I mean, I was there for a while, so always, you want to get back at them. But it's just for the bigger picture. I'm just excited for my team, for my guys. We went down to Cleveland and they got us out the way. And when you're playing against division opponents, you always want to get those wins. And I'm just very, very excited I was able to catch the ball.
What allowed you guys to do? I know Beckham maybe got a couple catches there late in the game, but I think at one point in the fourth quarter, he had 2 catches for 10 yards. Why were you guys so successful against him today?
They were doing a lot of things sometimes they weren't really targeting them as much. Nick Chubb, they was doing a good job of running the ball, staying ahead of the sticks, so he didn't really have to throw it too much. But we always just made sure we understood. We know exactly where Odell was and Jarvis. Jarvis did a great job. Those dudes are going to get theirs, but you got to make sure you keep them in front of you, nothing over the top. So that's what we tried to make sure that we did. But those dudes, they're going to get theirs regardless.
It seemed like last game they did a lot of motioning around that caught you guys off guard early on that Thursday night game. In this game, that wasn't the case as much. How much can you talk about the communication difference in this game?
I mean, last time we played them, we were kind of on our P's and Q's, but they just, like I said, they're going to make some plays. This time we just made sure that we kept everything in front of us, and that's what we did.
I think Baker started out 9 for 11. What did you guys do after those first few drives to sort of, get a better beat on him?
He's so good at extending the plays, and we just got to make sure with our D-line just being able to. They knew if they let him outside the pocket, that's when he hurt us the most in the first game, and that's kind of when he started hurting us in this game too. He's very, very good at eluding pressure, but keeping his eyes downfield. So we just had to do a good job of not running past the quarterback, keeping him contained, and being able to get that front push. So, Bud, TJ, Cam, Javon, all those dudes did that thing.
Joe, to that point, what you had said going out of the first Cleveland game and into the Cincinnati game was, as a secondary core, while the defense was working like that up front, you guys needed to do a better job of plastering your coverage and extending as he was scrambling. Do you guys feel like you did a better job of that today? Oh, for sure. I feel like we did. I think that one where Jarvis had that great catch on the sideline, that was another extension play. But just us just doing a good job just trying to plaster them. I feel like they only probably completed about 2 on the scramble drill instead of last game when they had a touchdown in the back of the end zone and a couple longer plays.
Joe, did you hear what Richardson was saying throughout the week and some of the comments coming from Cleveland?
Honestly, I haven't. I like Sheldon too, but I didn't hear what he said.
Pennington, it's our time, changing of the guard, that kind of stuff.
No. Nah.
Joe, how was it watching Duck on the sideline, man? I mean, his energy and just him being focused in the game? How was it for the defense just watching him kind of grow before your eyes?
We've been practicing with Duck. You know, he's been our scout team quarterback for a while, so we've been watching him. He's been making some great passes on our first team defense. So, you know, we knew when he got in the position of being able to get a good week of preparation going through the offense with Coach T. So I knew he had a capable arm, he can make all the throws, and he's not afraid to wing it. So, you know, he did his thing, and I'm very, very proud of him.
Joe, Ramon just said that Mike Tomlin doesn't get enough credit for what he does with you guys. Everything that's happened to this team as far as injuries, what is it about Coach that fires you guys up or gets you to produce?
He definitely always has the next man up mentality, but he practices what he preaches. He doesn't feel like he always says he doesn't have backup players. He has starters in waiting, and I really feel like he feels that way. When he bumps guys up, he expects them to produce the same way the other guys did, and they're just held to a high standard on this team. So Coach T, man, he gives us great nuggets, gives us great film study. He meets with the DBs and linebackers twice a week. You know, that's something I've never done with any other coach. Your head coach just telling you what the game plan is, what you got going on. So I mean, he's just very, very, very hands-on with everything on the team, and I appreciate him.
Joe, often in those situations, players can tune out a coach, but why is it that this team listens so much to all of that stuff that he says?
Oh, man, you wouldn't tune out Coach T, man, because he's giving you great knowledge. He's giving you great information, and the one thing you want from your coach is he's bluntly honest with you. He'll let you know exactly where you stand, if you're making the plays, if you're not, if he's going to go shopping for another guy, you know what I'm saying? So just his transparency, and then he really believes in us and really feels like we can do it until we show him otherwise. So, I mean, I love him.
Joe, I know
Last one here for Joe.
Joe, I know there were years when you were in Cleveland that there was an obvious talent disparity with the Steelers, but when you guys would come here, you would lose and lose. You're now on the other side of it. I think you've beat these guys 3 times here. Is there just a confidence about the Steelers when the Browns come in here, because they were favored today, that you're going to find a way to beat these guys?
Say that one more time.
Just the idea that for years they haven't won here since 2003, and obviously you've been part of that. You were part of some of those losses.
Yeah.
Now that you've been here for a couple years, do you just get a sense that this team just always is going to find a way to beat these guys at the stadium?
I just feel like we never give up hope. We never feel like we're out of it. We always feel like someone's going to make the play instead of someone messing it up. You know, so we just have so many guys out here that just feel like, man, let's get back out here, let's make a play, let's strip sack, let's get a pick. You never feel like you're out of the game until it's 0-0-0 on the clock.
All right, thanks, Joe.
For sure.